Yes, you guys, welcome back. I'm Nini FC, this is Blue Lions TV, and today I'm here to bring you guys a talking points video after that 2-0 win at home against Everton last night. For the main two talking points, I'm going to focus on Kai Havertz, his false 9 role, and whether Kai as a false 9 is the future of Tuchel's attack, and what this could mean for this summer's efforts to sign Erling Haaland. For the second talking point, I'm going to discuss Christensen, Rudiger, our defence, and whether we actually need to invest into signing a centre-back this summer. So I hope you guys get involved. I'd love to read your comments, your thoughts and opinions, because for me, I feel like this summer is going to be a massive one. If we have those hopes and aspirations to win the league, I feel like we have to get the right business done. They have to complement what we have here already. And I feel like there is definitely now a conversation and debate to be had in regards to the players we're looking towards. So I hope you guys do enjoy. But before I continue on, I want to give a massive shout out to Super 6 for sponsoring Blue Lions TV, and they have their new series Hold the L. Now, we're going to find out this week, you guys, who's holding the L, because with the main conversation topic, it is centered around summer target Erling Haaland and what's the best and worst club for him to sign for in the Premier League. I'm going to play you a brief clip so you can understand the conversation and get involved yourselves.
I mean, obviously he's got the connections United with Solskjaer a little bit, but his dad literally captained Manchester City. He literally has photos of him wearing Manchester City shirts as a kid, literally training in Man City shirts. I've seen him wear a Balotelli shirt. You know, literally, he is that much of a supporter of Manchester City Football Club. And he gets the chance to replace, potentially, one of the greatest strikers of all time in Sergio Aguero. It's like there's a slot ready there for him. He gets to play with possibly the best passer in world football in Kevin De Bruyne, alongside potentially some of the best wingers in world football and some of the best midfielders in world football, for a squad actually crying out for a new, fresh face up front. It makes so much sense in every single sense of the word.
Of course, the Steam Company, very impassioned defense of his club when it comes to signing Haaland, but you know, I can't help it, you guys. I've been listening to debates from United fans, from Man City fans, and the entire time I'm thinking, what makes you think that you've got a better chance at signing him over us? You look at the conditions we have at this club. You look at the players who've been signing from the Bundesliga, you know, signing the best young talent there. We have the money. We can afford his wages. We have an exciting project here. He could be joining and playing alongside some of the best young players in Europe, growing alongside them, and in a sense, you know, conditions a bit similar to what he has at Dortmund right now. I feel like he could easily translate his personality and just get along with all these guys in the league so far. And for me, if you're Haaland, we are the best fit for him. And I think the worst fit would be a Man United. I mean, yeah, they have the money, but I'm sorry, they've got no sense of attacking style. And they had a player similar to Lukaku, and they weren't able to get the best out of him. But anyway, you guys, in the description below and in the card above, there is going to be a full link to the video. So make sure you guys click on it, watch the whole video. And of course, do me a favor, do 2 things. Like the video and comment and get involved in the discussion, because we can't be allowing Man City, Man United fans to feel like they have superiority over us when it comes to signing Haaland. It just can't work like that, you guys. As I said, full links below in the description and the card above. Now, last night, Kai Havertz was simply outstanding. He played the false 9 role, and this is a role that is tailor-made for his abilities and for his skills. In the game last night, Tuchel played Werner and Hudson-Odoi alongside him, which is very similar to a formation he used against Spurs, where Mason Mount played the false 9 role alongside Werner and Hudson-Odoi. Now, you want to have pacey players alongside players playing a false 9 position, because when you're a false 9, you're not playing as a centre forward. So, you know, your starting position is further up, but you would draw deeper. And by doing that, of course, you create space in the channels for fast players to exploit and running behind. Havertz yesterday playing the role was very important in allowing us to, you know, find space and create that between the lines. When he was receiving the passes, a lot of times he was coming very deep, receiving them from cover, receiving them from the wide centre backs as well. So many times he received passes from Aspie, received passes from Zuma as well, and from Christensen himself. And by doing that, of course, it makes it very hard for the Everton defence to keep their positions, know who to mark, and of course stay compact and stay structured. This is the beauty of having a false 9, because for me, it causes a lot of movement with your position's defence, because they don't know who to pick up and they don't know who to mark. What I really liked about this game yesterday was that, as I was saying earlier, he wasn't receiving in the half spaces. he was actually reverting deeper, receiving from the defence and the midfield. And by doing that, it then allowed your Werners and your Hudson-Odois to move into those half spaces. So when they receive the ball, Havertz can then make his late runs from deep, linking up with players totally unmarked, and he has space to really accelerate inside the box. And a lot of times he looked even faster because he was reaching top speed from deeper positions, arriving inside the box. And it was no surprise the stats showed that he touched the ball 5 times inside Everton's box. For me, this is why he plays such a crucial part in allowing us to get that win against them, and why he dominated the performance by being involved in all our best attacking moves, where he stands out when he has players to play off and run into those spaces. For me, this is why I've been stressing I need to see him play false 9, because this encapsulates everything good about Kai Havertz, everything good he does. And for me, the reason why I feel like he would be the better option at false 9 of Mason Mount is that Havertz is attacking. Mason Mount for me is more creative, more supportive. When he drops deeper into the 10 position to free space for Hudson-Odoi and whoever's playing alongside him, that is his main role. He's playing a supportive role. With Kai Havertz, he does that, but he's still looking to get inside the box. And as I'm stressing, this was evident by the 5 touches inside Everton's box. Now, I'm sure we're going to see Kai play this role more and more as the season does go on. However, things now turn towards our summer plans and efforts for Erling Haaland. Because for me, when you make an effort to sign a player like this, when you're signing a player with Haaland's credentials and abilities, you know that you have to play things towards him. You have to find him inside the box. And considering that we've got a small, tiny taster of Havertz playing as a false 9 in the team, it would be a bit of a shame all of a sudden if he never got those same opportunities in the future, you guys. I'm going to pose this question straight away, but considering the potential that we have in Havertz playing as a false 9, do we really need to sign Erling Haaland, a guy that plays as a traditional striker, compared to him? In the comments, let me know below, give me your thoughts and your opinions, because when you're signing Haaland for the money, you need to know for sure that there is a definitive plan to use him alongside the players you already have in this team. Now, I'm sure we could be seeing formations potentially where maybe Kai and Haaland are playing up front together, as we saw earlier this season when Kai was playing alongside Tammy. Havertz still was able to play his game quite well, and of course Haaland has that link-up player alongside him, which he normally has with Jadon Sancho at Dortmund, where I could easily envision these guys playing together. If that was to be the case though, would this mean that we are going to become a back 3 team consistently, so we do allow these guys to play up front together? Who knows, that could potentially be the thing. But at the same time, we also know that there's hopes of using a 4-3-3 for next season as well. So Tuchel has the option to use a back 4 system too. And more questions, you guys, but if this does happen, what could this mean for players like your Pulisic, your Hakim Ziyech's, etc., who, play their best football in a 4-3-3? So many hypotheticals, so many things to discuss and to think about, but, at the same time, do I feel like Havertz could score a lot of goals in this position? Absolutely. I could absolutely envision him doing that because, the false 9 role is just his position. So, I don't know. I feel like this is something that I'm going to discuss more and more as the season does go on. Can you really say no to signing Erling Haaland? I'm not too sure, but at the same time, Havertz could easily maintain this false 9 role. He could easily be a guy that gets double digits with assists and goals. I mean, he has that end product with his weight of pass, with his link-up play, with his finishing ability too. So you guys, please get involved in this discussion because I need to hear your thoughts and opinions on this one. And now we move on to the second talking point, and again, this is going to be another discussion that we need to have. Right now, I'm going to discuss Christensen and Rudiger, 2 players that were in and out of the team for quite large portions under Frank Lampard, not playing too much, not playing too often. In comes Thomas Tuchel, and in comes the renewed confidence and ability from these guys, because I think they've really reminded us that, wow, we actually have some great defenders at this club already. I'll give a small brief example. The fact that Kurt Zuma, who hasn't played too much under Thomas Tuchel, came in yesterday, absolutely nullified Calvert-Lewin and maintained that ridiculous defensive quality that we've been showing time and time again under Tuchel. it does really just give me that confidence that, okay, do we desperately need to sign a defender in the summer? I'm not too sure, you guys. With Christensen and Rudiger, these have been two players that have really epitomized Tuchel's coaching style and technique so far. As I stressed, these guys were marginalized, not really in the team. They've come in, they've had new hope, and now we're really seeing what these players are really about. Rudiger's form this season is absolutely night and day, whatever the saying is, compared to last season. I mean, last season, he looked like a defender to me that wasn't on a top 4 level. I'm saying it straight. I criticised him time and time again. And with Christensen, he was having his own difficulties. I do sympathise with him. I did feel like quite a lot of times he was getting some very strong treatment from strikers, because we know in this country, referees, they're not very fair. If you're a striker making a tackle against a defender, you're allowed to go a bit harder compared to a defender doing that to a striker. And, you know, Christensen was getting a lot of brutal treatment. You know, concussions, broken noses, concussions, knocked to the floor, you know, just getting bruised and battered. But right now, we're seeing a completely different player. Christensen looks assured. I'm sure having two players alongside him helps him, but by playing in this system, we get to see the best of his qualities. We're seeing his exceptional reading of the game defensively, which is a skill that doesn't really get discussed too often because we focus too much on the tackles and the saucy moments instead of the intelligent moments. Because great defenders, the very best ones, you want to look at what they do on the field when it comes to positioning and the areas they find themselves in. And with Christensen, he is consistently in the right areas at the right time every single time. His tackling has been exceptional. His passing out from the back, that composure has been key too. He's very comfortable. Christensen won't just hoof the ball away. He has the technical ability to, you know, maintain possession, use his composure, and look for openings to play passes to the fullbacks or the midfielders or whoever in the team. That is the skill you want to see at the back for a top 4 team. And considering the ability we've seen from Christensen, Rudiger, who steps up, he's been commanding. His ball playing has kind of been David Luiz-esque in my opinion. Some beautiful passes this entire season. I mean, it's been a work of art in my personal opinion. And this is alongside having a world-class defender in Thiago Silva, who right now, does he just justify getting this spot back in the team immediately? I'm not even too sure, you guys. And this is alongside a Kurt Zouma who hasn't played too much under Thomas Tuchel, yet came into the team yesterday and absolutely nullified one of the most dangerous strikers in the Premier League in Calvert-Lewin, just defending, marking him, and just outpowering him throughout the entire game. We have Rudiger, Zouma, Thiago Silva, and Christensen, and seeing this form right now, I feel it's safe to say why maybe Tomori had to go out on loan, because these guys are top defenders. The question now is, do we go into the market to sign a defender this summer? Again, I'm posing to you guys. I'll give my thoughts and opinions. For me, I'd say no. Now, there are some interesting options in the market. I think reports are showing that Jimenez, Niklas Süle, and of course Konate from RB Leipzig are some of the options being looked at. Reports say that we are looking to sign a commanding centre-back in the summer, but then I look at this team and I feel like we already have that covered. Kurt Zouma is one of the most commanding defenders in the actual Premier League. I mean, how more commanding can you actually get? When it comes to the playing out from the back, we have that in Christensen, who's reading in the game. His ability to play in so many varieties of ways too is being such a key thing for us in the team too. And we have the ball playing skills too from Rudiger. And to be honest, all these defenders are scoring in the 90% when it comes to their pass completion rates. So all 4 of them are outstanding technical defenders. I really feel like instead of just forcing any signing at centre-back, unless there is like that perfect option to sign, for example, Erling Haaland, I understand why you go for him, because when a guy like this is possibly available in the market, how can you say no? With defence on the other hand though, I'm not really seeing that outstanding option that justifies why we need to spend the money. Konate is very promising, great defender, very young, but at the same time we have Tomori, who's just become a number 1 defender at AC Milan. He still has a future at this club. He's going to come back even better, even stronger, even better mentally too. And we have some commanding defenders in our youth ranks coming through. You're looking at Colwyn. He looks exceptional. Mbuyamba hasn't even got many opportunities yet, but he ticks every single box he won. And of course, we have our very own Mark Guy, who's been an absolute standout in the Championship. For me, you guys, in my opinion, I'm not going for any centre-back this summer unless some outstanding candidate does become available. Right now, based on this season, based on our great defensive efforts and work rate, I feel like our defenders have shown to be some of the most consistent ones in the Premier League this season. They've all played their parts throughout this season. They've all shown that quality consistently. And I just feel like if you can't sign anyone better than them, don't force any signing. On that note, I'm going to wrap things up, keep things moving. I mean EFC, this is Blue Lions TV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos.